go into is mental health.
That's a sick idea.
This generation's waking up. We're a little bit more conscious.
There's ways that you can lift yourself.
We need to talk.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think it's going to be banging subject to talk about.
Only.
Galdem sugar.
The sweetness.
That's a perfect name, isn't it?
The past few weeks have been tough for me. It's been really stressful due to the things that have been going on at home. But being part of the Galdem has taught me that everyone has their own issues and there's nothing to be ashamed of. I prepared a song for my classmates as part of an assignment. I hope it inspires them to open up too. I'm gonna do a song called Don't Feel Sick, yeah? It's about mental health and I feel like you lot really need to hear this. Let's do this. Look. I don't feel sick, so God, if you hear me, could you tell when the demon has come near me? I don't deserve to save me, oh Lord. In Jesus' name, I want my mind clear, please. I sense the emptiness in some part, a piece of the puzzle, but could you help find it? And since it ain't my duty to figure it out, I'm meant to keep doing my job and flow with it. And I know you made me gifted, young and mature, running so pain, but still down for the war. Never made me a punk, I'm eager and raw. That's why my ratings is higher than sore. Coming like a huge goddess to elders I'm sore. So if I see one talk, he best raise up his paw. But who else to help her when ish becomes poor? When she gets mad ill and she needs to be cured. I'm like Sipping Beauty, but I don't want kisses. I know that I'm worse, I've been loved. Please, I sense the emptiness in some part, a piece of the puzzle, and could you help find it? And since it ain't my duty to figure it out, I'm meant to keep doing my job. Yo. Thank you lot so much. Thank you, seriously.
Cassie, that was sick. That was so good.
Thank
you.
you.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling now? Like,
I feel so relieved. All the bottled up anxiety and everything that I was feeling before it all just came out.
do you think now that you've done it, it's like a weight off of your shoulders?
Yeah, I'm happy. Like, I'm seriously gassed. I'm so
That's
happy.
really good. That's really good.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. So
Thank you.
I'm very proud of you.
Fly bird, so I'm dressed in Armani. A P square, so I came to top money. Bizarre, yeah, you bizarre, yeah. This music killing thing, that's a step out to slay. Mind the move when I go. No, I switch the flow like a slow mo.
What the hell?
It's because he's tall, bruv.
That's okay. Hey, open.
The way I rock in a room, yeah. The way that all my girls I gotta do.
Listen, you guys wasn't ready. I finessed you
I was
guys.
too
I knew
tired,
what
I was
was
too
gonna happen.
tired.
How do you think I'll be winning these matches? Come on.
Yeah,
I didn't think I'm not good. Tall for nothing. And then bam.
Yeah, it's true. You can't actually waste the height, to be fair.
See? I'm glad you guys came here. Me and Dom, we ball on regular.
We haven't balled a lot. Recently, I think just with the busyness so
I'm saying
mad.
stress, bro. Like basketball, bro.
That's why you just release.
Release.
I feel like every artist that I know has suffered with like stress and depression.
Yeah,
So
I
a lot
went
of
through it
some-
really badly.
Yeah?
Like before Christmas.
How did you deal with it?
I actually started going basketball every week.
See?
I'm not gonna lie though, that wasn't enough to really get me out of it. Like it helped during
Like
the
get you out of your
time,
house
yeah,
and
yeah.
just get some
But
fresh
then
air
when I'm
and
back in my house and I'm back in the studio, it's like it just
Yeah.
piles all back on again.
That's with me. Like as soon as I get home, when I'm in my room and I'm in front of my setup, it's that's why I message you guys at stupid o'clock. Like as long as I'm talking to someone, I feel better.
I feel
if
like
that
you
makes
still got
sense.
your sanity and
Yeah, I don't think you're African, man. I don't even think like in our culture the people even see that.
Yeah. No, that's
a thing.
They see it as you have nothing to be upset about. Like
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
life is good.
Yeah.
There's a roof
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can eat food. There's
Yeah.
rice at home.
Yeah, literally.
But that's the thing though,
What
like
you
I
got
think
to
their
complain
stress,
about.
like them times, and compared to our it's stress now, different. it's just a whole different, whole different thing.
Yeah, I think they went through it, but
Yeah.
where it wasn't a thing or it's proper
Yeah,
like taboo,
they probably
like no one
didn't
talks
know.
about it. They didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Fam, I'll
a
be
typical
feeling
Seth.
so down, then I feel guilty that I'm upset.
Yeah.
Does that make
Yeah,
sense? I
yeah,
feel
yeah.
guilty because I'm like, what am
Yeah.
I upset for? Like,
Yeah.
So when are you allowed to feel sorry for yourself? Because I feel like feeling sorry for yourself is important for you to understand you as a person. If you don't, you're just going to go and back off this wall consistently, and you're not going to break that wall down.
What I try to do is give myself one day to be upset. And then the next day, I'm not allowed to be upset. I'll write down a list of things that got me upset and then I'll be like, all right, cool. I need to make sure I do this and that and this and that so that I know that what got me upset yesterday can't get me upset the next day.
People don't understand how dangerous stress can be.
Yes,
you do need an outlet.
Yeah, 100%.
When's the last time everyone cried?
Last time I cried was 2 days ago.
Really?
I was writing a song about my boy that passed away, Anwar, and then I was listening back to it and I was bawling. That's the first time my mum and my dad saw me cry. I came downstairs to get water, but I'm wearing sunglasses. Yeah. I'm wearing sunglasses. It doesn't take a genius, innit? And then Mom was like, why are you wearing sunglasses in the house? I tried to be like, oh, nothing. As soon as I said, oh, bawling. My dad went to grab something from a room and then he saw me crying, innit? 2 hours later, I saw money underneath my door. Because they don't know how to deal with me being upset, innit? Yeah, man. But guys, come, let me battle you guys some more, yeah? Come on. Let me hit them with that.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
They be charting my name like it's NBA. They wanna talk no Q&A. They wanna try to...
I'm gonna do a photo and drop it on my Instagram and then just put judge me to see what people say. I'm actually gonna dress in a way I don't usually dress. I just want it to reach out and have a positive message, you know? I feel really uncomfortable. I feel a bit exposed. I'm really nervous. Should I go more sexy?
Be a bit more sexy, but not pornographic. Just try some different stuff.
What about all this?
But you don't, it's not porn.
Oh my God, I actually look good there. So we need to show more legs to get that. Oh, that's nice as well, that other one. That's a 6th one as well. Oh, I'm finding it awkward.
I feel a bit awkward watching you as well.
I'm doing this for like a purpose, obviously, to empower other females so that they don't feel that they need to go through this hell of an experience. It's not fun. I've not found it fun. This is definitely not for me.
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or put you in an uncomfortable position, and I don't want to draw any more like negative attention to you or any trolls.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about the trolls.
What inspired you to do this is obviously having so many young fans that follow you and look at your page. So this is the reason why you're putting yourself through this like awkwardness.
We've got all the young girls. And like, you know, I am worried about Cassie. She did say that she once thought that to be famous, you have to be like the girls at the top, which is quite naked. So the fact that that thought even goes through her head, you know, I wonder how many other young girls are experiencing these pressures of like feeling over-sexualized in their images.
We're gonna nail the shot, right?
Please, let's finish this ASAP.
Yeah, we'll do it. That one, that might be the one.
I'm going to upload one of these photos to my Instagram tonight with the hashtag #JudgeMe and see what people have to say about my sexier look. This experiment could make me or break me. I just want to be respected as an artist without showing off my body.
Hi.
Hi.
You alright?
Yes.
Tell me, I feel like you need a hug.
I do. Nice to see you again.
How are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you guys?
Oh.
She's cool. She's a bit stressed out, but what's up? Talk to me.
Well, where do we start?
What's going on?
No, I've just really not slept. I've not slept. This has been probably one of the biggest things, I don't know, that I feel like I've done recently. What did you think of the photo?
Do you know what's crazy? I've received so many DMs saying that, is Laughter getting a revamp? Has she revamped?
Well, that was the whole point of the photo, for people to think that
something's coming up.
Yeah, I was really gonna change my image.
You're sexy, but you have your own look.
I don't feel sexy. I'll show you some comments.
I want to see.
This one says, wow, major changes, looking more beautiful than ever, and glad to see you shining. So I'm not beautiful before? I thought I was.
You are. Come on.
You know you are before.
And then here comes the internet gangsters. Legit, she looks like a fop from the block.
Do we blame them for saying that?
No, what do you mean do we blame them? No one's entitled to
Yeah, they don't have the
comment
right to
any of
say that to you.
Someone said too fat for that, sis. I'm just like...
Yeah, well, you're not fat, so...
Yeah.
This comment hurt me. It brought back emotions that I just felt I didn't want to feel again.
I was worried about her doing it because I didn't want her to get all like these trolls come into her.
I am a human being, so when I do read these comments, it hurts me for a good few hours. The weird thing is, it got the most likes I've ever had.
Are you really surprised?
It just proves that if you do dress up sexy, you're gonna get
more likes.
The likes.
Sex really does sell.
I don't care about all that. For me, music is substance. Obviously, I owe my fans an explanation.
You need to channel this energy in your freestyle.
I just don't know if I can get back in that outfit.
I think you've started this, I think you should finish it.
Getting judged, especially getting called fat, has really knocked my confidence. But Nadia and Warda are right. I need to follow this experiment through and film myself performing a freestyle rap, explaining why I did it, to prove that people get judged for everything, and we need to have confidence to stay true to who we are as individuals.
I've been dealing with my mental health for quite some time now, and I've tried conventional methods to cope. But now I want to try something new. I want to see if this will be a way to unblock some of the feelings that I've kept locked up for so many years.
Today, I'm going to be doing some crystal healing on you. The main thing that I'm going to look is where your blockages are within your chakras, so that we have more of an understanding and start to align you, so you feel more balanced.
Yeah.
If you feel that there's emotions that are coming up, don't push it away. If it makes you feel upset, just allow the tears to flow. What symptoms are you having?
I do suffer with anxiety.
When did you first notice that you've actually started to have this anxiety or a feeling of anxiety?
I feel like I've always had it from a young age.
Sometimes what we don't realise is that what we go through when we're children, as we start to grow older, into adulthood, we feel that just because we went through all of that in childhood, it's not going to affect us anymore. But you're still that child.
I think sometimes, am I ever going to feel like an adult? Because I don't, I feel like a child.
But that's because you're probably still stuck there.
Probably. Sometimes I'm a bit needy, and I feel like that's because maybe as a young girl, I really wanted my dad to have that normal father-daughter relationship.
So that's obviously had an big effect on you, and that's probably where the anxiety has actually triggered from.
It does affect like my relationships and stuff with men. I just always go for the wrong guys. I feel like I just want real love.
Sure. It's okay.
And I don't think that anyone's like on my level, like they don't get it, I would literally do anything for someone, and I feel like sometimes people don't appreciate it, but that's just how I am. Like, I like to give, and I like to make people feel happy and give love. I feel like that's...
And you're not getting that. It's okay.
But I know that I should love myself.
Absolutely.
Which obviously I'm working on, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like a bit empty.
If you love yourself, then whoever comes into your life will love you for who you are.
I'm not going to pretend to be somebody different. If somebody doesn't like me for who I am, then they don't like me. So it's just about finding the right person that actually does like me for who I am.
Them man say they got me. I don't believe them.
What two is that? Got a bars and that up here.
literally.
Come on. How much people you think can fit in here though?
I would say about 1,000.
What are you calling this event then?
Rainbow drip.
Rainbow drip,
Yeah, rainbow drip. Yeah.
Say LGBT.
LGBT, Q+, so everyone should be like comfortable with it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bring all the community rather than just LGBT.
Yeah.
We want to put the Q+, like everyone's welcome.
Got a lot of friends as well that's not out. They keep the sexuality still private for whatever reason, but they be gassed to come here, innit?
Yeah.
So happy to come, let their hair loose, and then even if they go back to home, work, and they have to, put that next persona on that they can't really show.
Yeah, but it's
Definitely.
a shame that there's so many mixed, like, cultured backgrounds that doesn't accept the LGBT.
This is why this rave and this event is going to happen, because they're more than welcome to come here, innit?
How old were you when you was able to, like, express yourself and be like, this is me?
I don't know when the age was, probably about a couple years back, probably about 4, maybe 5 years back still. Everyone kind of assumed I was gay already.
Yeah.
And I just kind of just went with it, innit? Like, I
Yeah.
just started liking girls, innit? All the guys that fancied me, they was mad, angry. Sex! It's a phase! What do you mean? No. It's like, yeah, no, he's not going in the show. She's like, nah. You get me?
Yeah.
And then my brother, he's like, so you like girls? I was like, yeah. And then he was like, I was so happy. He was gassed. I was like, wow. He's like, no man's piping my sister. I'm like,
How you been though, like?
I've been on vibe, I've been a bit everywhere, everything's going on, innit?
You're taking too much on yourself and you put too much pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
So you need to just be able to
That's
try
what
and
I try and relax everything, but I still kind of struggle when it comes to relaxing, innit? Yeah, because my mind just does a mad thing, it just like...
Do you feel like it's a build-up of like stuff from the past, or do you think you're working yourself too much at this moment?
Obviously the past and everything, I've gone through a bit of therapy before, and it's kind of relaxed my mind, and I kind of understand my childhood now, innit? Before I didn't. I feel like I'm still dealing with it. I don't know who my dad is. I know of my mum, but I don't know her, I don't have a relationship with her, so. Because my childhood was so rubbed out, I feel like I'm kind of expressing myself late. Like, I literally came out of my shell when I was about 18, bro.
I'm happy that you've taken the negative things and turn it into something positive, like you're progressing.
Some people go through things, innit? Especially in the LGBT community, innit? A lot of us go through a lot of things. This event would be perfect for everybody, blood.
Definitely.
Literally. My childhood has a lasting effect on me. I have trust issues, and I've been diagnosed with ADHD. But these things don't define me. I'm one of a kind. I'm pretty.
I'd like you now to imagine you're standing on the ground, barefoot, and I'd like you to feel the soil under the soles of your feet. Just allow the emotions to come out. Doing really well. You can open your eyes slowly. How do you feel?
Okay.
Yeah? You feeling okay?
Yeah, just... I don't know why I got emotional.
That's okay. It's pretty normal. We're opening up your chakras.
Yeah.
It's going to release emotions, so it's normal. But we'll have a little sit down and I'll go through everything that's blocked. And I'll go through the crystals that are going to help you. And we'll take it from there.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
Good. Overwhelmed, but I'm good. I think, yeah. Because I trust you and I trust the process, so I know this is supposed to happen.
Because you're out there trying to do all things right, you're trying to please people around you, you know, everything you're trying to do right in other people's eyes, but when it comes to you, when you're alone, you're not happy. And that's where we need to change that, because you need to be happy first. Because before you're a mother and before you're a daughter or girlfriend or whatever, you're a woman. And it's so important for you to feel strong.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
It's like, it's so easy to say that you need to love yourself, but it's really difficult. But I'm trying.
Fantastic.
I feel light. I mean, even though I feel a bit drained, I do feel lighter and I do feel calmer inside, which is important for me. Like, if I just feel really, I don't know, I just feel really nice.
Yeah.
Thank
Brilliant.
you. Yeah.
I can't describe how that felt. I used to suffer from depression and I still have my moments now and again. But I'm not ashamed of it. And I feel by opening up to Ria, things can only get better from here.
Right, ready?
And action.
Who do I please? They wanna talk, tell me who do I be? Sex sells, but I straight down beach and I straight down naked, two to the sea. I got bars, but that's not enough. If I got a tracksuit, I'm still so buff. She's got bars, but she's got no back. She's got back, but she's got no track. She's got stats, but she's got no stats. She's my main chick, she's my throwback. She sound better with the auto-tune. Should I start going hard and sing on tune? Should I be a Barbie for the action man? I draw set goals and action plans.
Yo, that was so sick.
Well done.
Can't wait to get out of this, but I can't believe I did it. I wanted to explain myself. I wanted to make the audience understand that I've done this for real issues.
I think your bar is like, just really explain it and really get the message across. I love the way that you killed it in the outfit, despite the comments that you got. You're just like, do you know what, I'm gonna own it.
I feel like I can't explain, it's like a revenge, it's like just exploding and letting it all out in what I love doing, which is music. I've stayed true to who I am, and I hope I just inspire my fan base, and whoever's new out there, I hope they get to know and they feel touched or inspired in some way or another. This experiment really pushed my boundaries in a good way. I know my anxiety has gone through the roof, but I did this for all the young women out there to show that if you believe in yourself, anything is achievable, anything in life is possible.
I've got an idea, you know. We should actually do something together.
We've got an open mic show coming up.
Can the girls perform there, all of us?
What can we expect on the night?
Just a lot of sauce, I guess. Just a bit of flavour.
Let's go! Galdem sugar! Spinning MC, that's instant! Shut down shows, that's... No.
We'd love to kind of come into the label and have a conversation.
This might be life-changing.
We all have issues that might be going on, but it can inspire others, innit?
You can listen to episode 5 of the Galdem Sugar podcast, We Need to Talk, right now on BBC Sounds.
There's ways that you can lift yourself. It's okay for you to feel the way you are.